Hello and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Xavier Rodriguez with Triance, and we are partnering with CDO Magazine, MIT CDO IQ, and the International Society of Chief Data Officers in a series of interviews. I have the pleasure of speaking again with Kjersten Moody, Chief Data Officer at Prudential Financial. Kjersten is responsible for Prudential's enterprise data and analytics function, including the enterprise data strategy, data management, and governance, data and modeling platforms, master data management, and analytics. Thanks again for speaking with me, Kjersten.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Let's talk about the million-dollar question that can mean success or failure for an enterprise's data organization. How to ensure that the data science initiatives are tied to business strategy. Are there habits or tactics that you have adopted or developed to deliver outstanding value and results to the business, especially in alignment with mission-critical initiatives?
Absolutely. I think there are two key points that are part of the magic of making sure that data science initiatives are tied to and are demonstrating their effectiveness in helping to deliver on business strategy. So the first is the operating model within the Chief Data Office itself. So the hub and spoke operating model, I think, is absolutely critical, where the hub teams are working on those enabling platforms that are helping to make data more immediately available in a trusted and quality way, and that are providing a housing for the AI ML models that have rapid self-service deployment features that allow for the models to be governed and well managed. Those hub teams are working hand in glove with the spoke teams in the operating model. And the spoke teams are embedded within the business, and they are working shoulder to shoulder with business and other technology partners to ensure alignment of the data science, of the AI work to the business strategy, and that the outcomes of the data science work or the AI work are delivering for the business. So you can understand how to measure, and that we are observing a change in those measurements in the direction that we would expect as a result of the work being deployed. So the operating model using hub and spoke principles, I think, is absolutely critical. The second piece is the adoption of agile methodology. So this is a methodology working with the product owner concepts, working with the agile delivery methodology concepts that allows for product ownership within the business to help in the development of the particular use cases and to help lead the way in the business change management for the successful adoption of the data science initiatives. And the agile methodology, I think, is a very clear and necessary way of working to make sure that data science is in clear alignment, not only with business priorities, but is also adaptable to the changing business priorities. So as you are putting together the team, as you are sort of bringing data science into the forefront, my advice would be to pay careful attention to the operating model selection that you have, and how you effectively operationalize that operating model, if I can use that phrase, and then the ways of working using agile, using product management principles or other types of approaches that allow you into the business case and into the change management needs for adoption. I think are the two key pillars for having that successful alignment, not only on day one, but over time. So as the data science work becomes more normalized and expected, do we have the right mechanisms that we've institutionalized to make sure that alignment is maintained over time?
Absolutely. And how can we not talk about AI and artificial intelligence? So as exciting as it is to all of us who work with data, there are some serious ethical issues that leaders like you will likely have to grapple with for some time. These include issues of privacy and surveillance, and of course, bias. What's your take on the many tough issues that CDOs like yourself must navigate? Is there one easy answer to ethics and AI, or will businesses and governments be untangling this one for some time to come?
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, there is no easy answer. And this is a topic that absolutely requires ongoing, close attention in partnership with legal teams, business teams, privacy offices, ethical offices. However, your particular organization works through topics of legal and regulatory compliance, ethical issues, privacy issues, and so forth. It's very clear that the global laws and regulations are evolving, consumer expectations are evolving, and to keep pace with that and to the extent possible to even be ahead of it, I think the best answer for today is what is the framework that we're bringing into the organization for responsible use of AI. So that way the solutions are validated against that framework, and we understand how to evolve from an enterprise perspective by evolving the framework. That framework needs to look at both what we build as well as what we buy. And the buy side is a very interesting topic in the sense that the intellectual property that is being purchased is potentially not available for the same level of scrutiny or inspection as what would be built in-house. So the validation and verification of that is typically on more of an outcomes basis versus on how it was originally generated. So the framework for responsible uses of AI needs to think about those two inbound channels to the organization, the build side and the buy side, I think with equal scrutiny, but yet the approaches will be different given, sort of the obvious differences of what you're building and what you're buying. That framework, very strongly believe, needs to be cross-functionally led with business partners, privacy legal offices, CISO technology, peer colleagues, as well as the CDO, so that it the framework itself can be cross-functionally owned, and it can be evolved as the different parts of this landscape are subject to change. So we'll see changes coming out of a legal landscape, for example, that technology and data colleagues need to understand and how they would provide input in how to evolve that framework. And then the framework is really overlaid into the hub and to other parts of the organization where AI is used to the extent possible. So that way, we are really building into the platforms as best as we can the automation for how to scale that framework efficiently. And then if I had a wish list, it would be to work more aggressively with the major cloud service providers in how they build ethical and responsible governance of AI into their platforms as native services. So by using those platforms from the cloud service providers, I have access into that type of scaled functionality immediately.